Hey, I just wanted to give my first impressions on this nifty little device you see before you, the Polyend Synth. It is, it's nice. It's fun. It's got some, I don't know. It's got a feel. It feels like an instrument. That's sort of what I go based off of. Is like, if it feels like it's just trying to be something else, like it's trying to cram too much into one thing, or if it's trying to be too much of a drum machine or whatever, and you kind of lose that that sort of unifying bit of it, which I wasn't sure what I thought at first. It took me a good bit, and I had to read the manual, which is a big no for me. I'm just kidding. I usually try to have fun and see if I can explore, and it's certain things weren't making sense, and there's certain things that are hidden. I don't know if they're not hidden, but you just have to kind of figure out how to work with. And so before I'll just play a little bit of, this is a patch I did. I wasn't really happy with a lot of the initial patches. Just nothing wrong with them. They do take a lot. You got to tweak the mixer, and you got to kind of get things working together, because sometimes they were just too much. There's too much going on. But there's a little initial patch I've got, a kind of a little drippy bass. This set to like C minor, I think. And this is sort of like a pad. It's like a wooden instrument, woodish. I don't know. It's got a vibe. It's let's see what engine is. The first one is Bright Sawtooth. It's a phase. I guess phase distortion one. This one is a PMD. I don't know what any of the things are, but it has see that mallet and that tuning fork? It gives it you can hear like a little air in there. And I have it arpeggiating just a little tune. So if you go to sequencer, you can see I've recorded. You see that little record right there. You can switch it on and then hit a few notes, and then it'll record and play that sequence. And you can see it tick through. Then you can, just swing and make it just humanized, and that makes it kind of a little bit out of tune. It's not quite like a swing where it's like more rhythmic. And you have lots of different settings. I'm not going to go through all of them right here. It's just, bass. You can go in and tweak the pretty detailed tweak of the waveform, and all the different sort of ups and downs and loops and whatevers and all that. And then work with the filter, and you can get it. I mean, you can get I feel like you can get something out of it more quickly than I have a couple other synths, and it's takes a long time to get that. And it's probably because this is, I don't want to say entry level. It's complicated for entry level, but it makes the sound seem more accessible. But also, I've been practicing with synths for a lot longer now than with my other ones that I got at the beginning. So finally, this one is, I don't know, CS80 ish. And you can set the voices, so let me try and remember how to do all that. You go to settings, go to synths, and then you can see I have two voices set for this one. It makes it feel a little more airy, a little more voluminous. But sometimes when you add too many voices on it, it gets kind of muddy on some of these. So you got to be careful how many voices you add. And then I have one voice on this bass one, because I just don't want. You can put a little glide in there, and it can make just fun to mess around with. Yeah, I only have one voice on that one, but this one has two. But since I have a sequencer done, I'm just doing the root notes on it because I don't, and then let's see, get that set up. All right, so all talking aside, I really like this thing. You got to kind of figure out what everything does. It's got some macros over here you can use to tweak different things on the fly, sort of like other devices use. There's like a play mode, and you can set the dials to do like the thing you do in the play mode. That's kind of what I view these three as. And one more cool thing before I play this, these are capacitive knobs, so they're actually really handy. They show you, so like when it says level, but what does that mean? Minus 8 dB, minus 16 dB, and then it kind of, it shows you where the pan's at. So R24, C, I don't know what that is, or center, and then L33. So it gives you a quantification of how you have the voice panned. It's not totally out of that ear, but it will dial it back. I haven't gone to the extremes on all this. And then let me do one more thing before I do this. So if you go to effects, so there's a little gray tab over here underneath the mixer. If you go, that goes to your effects. You can see the three and how they're set up. But then when you go to the mixer, if you click, okay, that's mixer main, and then you can adjust your levels with these 9 knobs corresponding to these other things. If you hit it again, it's all your sends for your modulation, delay, and reverb. So there's some, it's fun. There's some little hidden things. The LFOs, based on the engine you're using, do different things to the engine. So if you click on, so this is the blue right here, you get LFO. Wow. Okay, mod. There's a little MOD right here. You get that mod. Shows you what all your destinations are, and then the amount you have being sent to it. So I have 0 on the auxiliary envelope, but LFO1 and LFO2, I have a little movement in there. You can probably hear it. Here, it does what LFO does. But if you go to this one, the what it modifies is different. Of course, you can change that. Here you can see, but I'm gonna go back to brightness because whatever I have there is I like. And then this one, there's these X mods. So the different voices have different modulation states. So like you can, I guess it's XY axis, so you can move it, move the waveform a little differently. And there's not an infinite amount of destinations, but it's definitely workable. And the voices seem to be tuned specifically for being highly functional with LFO without having a million modulation destinations. All right, let me just play this, and then we'll close it out with maybe a little mix of something I did the other day.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. A grandmother is behind bars after attacking family members on Thanksgiving Day in southwest Memphis. Behind bars.
Jumping into a pool full of sprinkles may sound like fun, but one man says he broke his ankle doing it, and now he's suing Manhattan's Museum of Ice Cream, claiming it was negligent. This is a picture here on the museum's website of the ball pit-like installation. In the lawsuit, the man says he visited the museum in Soho with his daughter last year on March 31st. He says the museum did not warn visitors that it's unsafe to jump in, despite advertising that he claims encourages people to do so. Now, we did reach out to the museum. They are not commenting.
Not commenting.
All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in the rain. Time gone.